Squirrel. Brown's up. I need to get that door on, insulated door, probably with a piece of insulation for most of the time, and then I'll just maybe vent it for half an hour each day or something. But what is it, 12 degrees in here, which is definitely too warm for storage. But last year, well, it'll get colder anyway because cold weather's coming, but last year it was down closer between say 2 degrees and 5 degrees a lot of days, because I had well, I can't remember how far along I was, but there was a lot of unfinished space in the cabin, and it was definitely not yeah, I had drafts coming. Oh, pipe down there, that's what it mainly was. So the pipe going out to the meadow was wide open, so the cold air was coming in that way. And I think I kept the window open a lot of time to air this place out, because I wanted to make sure it wasn't getting moldy down here. So a lot of cold air was coming in, so it was only the ground temperature that actually was raising it to above freezing. Anyway, I'm going to keep this in here at the far end, or maybe here, and then just keep checking it. I'll make sure I get it down closer to 6, 7 degrees, 8 degrees. Get the last of the vegetables in, and that's it for the harvest season. I think the only thing left in the garden now, I believe, are leeks, and there's no rush to get them out. And I'll probably keep some in so we can eat them fresh for even another month. Even if it gets snow on it, you can still dig them out, and they're still good. So yeah, I think everything else is out, and there's just sunchoke still in the ground, like roots in the ground, but I don't harvest those till spring. When the snow melts, they're still good. So that's it, button this up. Had a couple mouse traps in here. Got a couple last night and a few this week, 6 or 7. I think that's the 7th one this morning. So I need to get the ceiling finished in here, but the insulation is still exposed, and they might have a nest in there, so I'll kind of shake that out, or pull each bat down, I guess, put it back up, put some vapor barrier up, and then board that section. And then once this door's on with door stops, then it will be mouse proof in here. I'll just get some trim around that corner there and here, but I don't think anything can get into that point, but I don't want them to get in here and then get up and hide in that spot either. So I think that's going to be it. Door on here, vent. The vent in the bottom of this door is equal to that vent there in size, and then the fan blows it out. So that'll suck the cold air from down low in the floor here through this space. So bottom to high and out. So it'll vent this space but bring in cool air while it is venting. And like I said, I might put extra vents in somewhere. Maybe small vents in the door or something, just to circulate air within the space. Yeah, it wouldn't have to be in the door. I guess I could just put it in here. Little direct current little computer fans just to circulate the air and hardly draw any power. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna couple of videos that I'm gonna make, and especially on, I think upload them on podcasts, so audio version as well or only. Two things I wanted to address. One is these videos that people make, which are ridiculous. I don't pay any attention to them. One saying, I've never watched it, but the title, or I think the thumbnail, has $65 million or something on it. And I think it's implying, because I had people actually say, if this is true, I'm unsubscribing and all that. So I have no idea what they said in there. But anyway, that's one of the videos I know that's circulating. I think it probably has a lot of views on it too. But anyway, another one is something about Shawn James' divorce. And I didn't really pay any attention to that either, except a couple of weeks ago, my parents had a little dinner party at their house. And I think it was either a relative or my mom's friend. I think it might have been her friend from childhood. So she's been friends with a little group of women for like 60 years or more. Yeah, 60, 65 years. And the woman had seen, I guess, our video, or my video from a few weeks ago of our trip out west, where my family joined us, or like girls joined us for a week. But my wife and I were out for 4 weeks. And anyway, the comment she made to my mom was that I'm glad they're working it out and that they're still together or something. And my mother called up and asked what that was all about, as if something happened that she wasn't aware of. And she also watched another video, I don't know if it was that one or another one, that was made by somebody else, like summarizing my life, and she thought that there was so much information in there that was accurate that she assumed it was one of my videos. That was my weekly video. So I have to address them, I guess. Like, people have been reporting those videos. I don't know if they've been taken down or not. I haven't reported them. I typically, like I said, don't bother with that stuff, but I will address that. So my point is that in another video on this channel, I'll talk about that and relationships and my relationship with my family. And then a second video, and probably more likely maybe just a podcast, because it's going to be long, is to talk about my financial history, right from the way I grew up and my start out as an adult, and all the hardships I went through, financial successes and hardships, and try to bring it right up to the present, so people stop believing all kinds of stuff. The problem is when you leave gaps in a story, like you have to, like as a content creator, I can't show everything in my life. You're watching an hour per week, roughly, of an entire week's life. So there's a lot of gaps in there, but people tend to fill in those gaps with their own stories or their own interpretation. So that will always be a vulnerability. So I'm not going to try to correct that, but I think I probably should give people more information so that they're not judging me unfairly, or that they're well, my real point, I don't care about the judging. I'm way long over that kind of stuff. I don't care what people do or say about me. It's that's in their head. It's whatever they want to do. It's the way they want to approach life is their own. I'm doing what I want to do, and I don't feel the need to defend what I do anymore. So anyway, I think you could probably learn something. Some people could learn something from my history, because I've made a lot of mistakes. I did have some successes as well, and I'm happy with the position that I'm in right now, but I definitely had some major hardships, financial hardships, and failures. So by sharing that with you, I'm sure there's something you can always pick up some kind of useful information in everybody's story. So sharing mine, because I share a lot of my life, so I'll share that part of my story as well, and hopefully you learn something from it. Anyway, those will be upcoming. I'm going to try to get to those pretty quickly, so in the next week or two. It's October 24th right now, so maybe by the end of October or early November. Anyway, I am going to load this shelf up. I got all of my potatoes just up here at the top of the stairs, and the breezeway, and the carrots, and the beets, and get those all on the shelf, get them protected from the mice, and get this wall done and get all the shelves built on this section, in this section, to carry all the 5-gallon pails full of long-term stored food like wheat berries and oats and rice and corn and freeze-dried meals and those. That's all going to fill this section, and then I'm going to jump into that section there where the freezer is, and just put, I think, narrow shelves for all the mason jars full of dried and pickled and fermented vegetables. So that's a lot to get done before winter hits and the freezing temperatures mean I should get everything down into here. Well, I think today's the day I'm going to talk a little bit more about that rumor of my divorce. But I'm going to get some work done first, so I'll come back to it a little bit later. After maybe the rain starts. I got working mostly in the cellar, but I have a lot of cutting to do outside of the board, so get it done before the rain really starts. Really misty, but not raining yet. But we're supposed to be getting quite a bit of rain, and then another day of rain after today and some warm weather, and then it drops down to seasonal temperatures where we get freezing at night and flurries at night. Probably get our first snowfall anytime soon. My goodness. shelves are done. Enough. So these totes are full of dehydrated or freeze-dried food. Still haven't showed that, but I will at some point after my video. Freeze drying. So this, I think they're all labeled. So this full tote is freeze-dried meals. So Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers in them. So that's chicken curry with rice, 1 serving. January 2022, 450 calories, 41 grams of protein. Pork, rice, corn, all labeled like that. Pork, rice, corn, peas. March 2022. These are the better bags. Chicken, rice, veggies, 2 servings, February 2022. So, Mylar bags, 25-year potential shelf life. And I've got an inventory written down as well as electronic on my phone. And that inventory says how many meals we've got of everything. So we basically have over a year for 2 of us. I think it's a year for 4 of us actually. This takes so much longer than I thought it was going to. Still have to do the ceiling in there. Still have to build shelves in there. A few more pails to put in here. I need to finish that wall behind the camera, which is where the window is. A little bit more wiring, including lights in this section here. And then finish that section. And I think what I've decided is that I will leave a dirt floor in this section so that I can put water on it and so that the dampness comes up, keeps the humidity levels up high for the vegetables. But I think that section and that section I'm going to put a wood floor in. I don't have much headroom, so what I'll do is I'll burn the maybe some 2x4 like that, bury it down into the sand, or I'll just dig more out. But anyway, try to get the wood finish floor with 1-inch boards down to the level that sand is now. And then that section, because what's happening is as I go upstairs, just tracking a whole ton of sand, especially when I go outside and get my boots wet. So I don't want to live like that, so I'm going to clean this section up completely, finish it off so that it's weather tight, bug tight, dirt tight as much as possible, and then I'll start cleaning. Might even whitewash some of this stuff so it's easier to clean. But yeah, I've got to wipe these pails down. Yeah, lots of work. Anyway, a year's worth of food for 2 of us, and maybe even a year for 3 or 4 of us, so the girls as well. Nice to have that kind of food security. So on top of what I'm able to harvest, fish and game, and grow and potentially raise some animals, there's enough. We can definitely grow and provide enough of our food. But especially having this stuff stored, like I don't grow. Actually, we don't eat much, really. Oats, rice, pasta, and wheat. We've got soft and hard wheat for long term. And then we have a mill because this stuff will last like 20 years. Um, the grains like that, when you buy them whole, so they haven't been crushed at all, they're people call them wheat berries at that stage, so they're just not processed, not ground. So that'll last almost indefinitely, so we will grind it as we need it. And then the rice is in smaller packages inside the 5-gallon pail, so they can come out a bit at a time. The oats, we have a, what do you call it, I forget what you call it. Anyway, it rolls the oats that you can make oatmeal. So same thing, the oats will last a long time in this form. Anyway, I think that's it. Short video again. It's just been a busy week. I'm scrambling, getting really ready for winter, and food's been a priority, and firewood. So I have probably a day, maybe 2 left to have enough firewood for this year, and probably half of next year's wood. So because the stuff that's dry that I'm cutting, that'll be burned this year, and the stuff that's still green, if it's a tree that I had cut down for another purpose or it's been laying on the ground and I've cut it up, that's just gonna go be set aside to dry season properly for next year. So like I said, probably a day or 2 to be finished firewood. Then I'll pick away at it all winter for next year. Food, that's it pretty much for the harvest. Got the garlic in for next year. Just a little bit of leeks to harvest still. And yeah, that's it. Oh, the game. So in the freezer here, I'll just turn the camera around quickly and show you the mess there, but that freezer, it was holding 3/4 of that moose that I got because we split it. But anyway, I ended up with 3/4. And then I have some couple of bear quarters still from my spring bear. I think I've got a couple of grouse in there, a little bit of pork left over from that pig that I bought last year, full pig. I think that's it. Anyway, and it's deer season, so I have 2 tags. My wife has a tag, Emily has a tag. So I'm not sure who's going to hunt exactly, but I'll fill my 2 tags more than likely, so we'll have another 100 and hopefully I get a decent sized buck this year. I think I'll wait to get a more mature buck, so I'll probably end up with 150 pounds of meat, like boneless meat I would say, and then there's the nutrition from the bones and the organs and stuff on top of that. So we're in good shape. And then I don't think I'll get out fishing again before the water starts freezing, maybe, but if not, then I'll start ice fishing as soon as the ice comes in, and try to get a variety of different fish. So that's pretty good, pretty well it for the year. Priorities now, I got another 3-4 days probably to finish this completely, at least, and then I'm going to finish the bathroom upstairs, and then is that it for the interior? That'll be the plumbing as well. I guess that's it for the interior, and then I'm going to stone behind the wood stove, but I won't get to that this year. I won't even get to the stuff outside, the wall stuff. So I guess I'll wrap that up and then get onto the forest kitchen and the garage or the sauna over the winter. Anyway, busy. I'm going to get going, so thanks for watching, appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you back here at the cabin next time. Take care.